How you doing?
How's it going? Doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing well, doing well.
We're here with defensive back Mike Sainristil, and Mike, I can imagine you've dreamed of this moment for a very long time, walking into a national championship game podium.
I have, yeah, you're right. And it feels good to finally be here. It's kind of surreal, knowing that this is my last time I'll ever be able to, be in this
Michigan head
venue,
coach Jim
be a
Harbaugh
part
in
of,
the house. Welcome to Houston. Now that you guys
be
are
at a
officially
college
become a
university,
big
with these
delay
guys,
from the
and
big
this
game,
is what I
what are
came
you
back
feeling
for,
about the
like I've
Buffalo
mentioned
team right
before.
now?
You guys won a college football playoff game and won in the Rose Bowl. How quickly did you guys have to come down from that to get ready for a week later? You're gonna be playing for a national title.
Pretty quick, the turnaround was very fast. We, got back to Michigan Tuesday morning, and then, we're in the building, Wednesday watching a Washington Husky film. So, like I said, pretty fast.
You guys had a big challenge facing Jalen Milroe in Alabama. How different is the challenge now going up against Washington and Michael Penix Jr. because they seem like two totally different types of quarterbacks?
Yeah, Micah Penix is a quarterback who will dice you up. He'll, pick you apart with the ball in the air. He'll find the open receiver, and he trusts his receivers. He'll throw the 50-50 ball up there to those guys, and he does a good job getting the ball out with pressure in his face. So, it's a great challenge for our D line again to, prove that they have a really good pass rush and a great opportunity for the DBs to show that we can cover those guys.
You guys are coming into this game with some momentum, though, with that fourth down stand against Alabama. How much confidence does that give you when you have that type of performance coming into a big game like this?
I wouldn't say that our confidence comes from that game alone. Definitely feels good knowing that we're able to put on that type of performance defensively, offensively, special teams as well. There's a few things to clean up as always, but I think we've been a confident team all year. We've believed in ourselves, we've trusted in each other, trusting in the program. And that's what we've continued to do, and that's what's going to allow us to continue playing confident as we've been.
Has it hit you yet that this is kind of the last ride?
No, not really. I don't think about it
Stay
like that.
locked in.
Yeah, I just focus on it right now. I'll reflect on it when it's all said and done.
As a guy who's been a Michigan man through and through, switching positions in your college career, the team comes first. What would it mean to bring this program a national championship for the first time in decades?
It will mean everything. I wanted to be a part of the class that was able to do so. Like I mentioned to you, a few of us came back for this reason to say that we were a part of the team that won a national championship, and to be one of the leaders on this team, to do to get that accomplished. It would just feel good to be able to get that done, and that's the goal. That's what the goal's been all off season, and we're here. That's what we want to do.
Mike, as a look back at Vegas in 2020 and you guys were to win the team that year, was this ever imaginable that you guys would be at this place, or was it hard to maybe see that back then?
I definitely believe that we had the talent, we had the right guys. We just didn't have the right mindset around that time. But with everything, we had the like I said, we had the right people, we had the right coaches. It was just things that needed to be changed mentally, and with Coach Herb, the training that he's been able to do for or put us through workouts, the mental training, the mental aspect of all that stuff is what's allowed us to get over that hump.
What specifically do you mean that you guys weren't in the right mindset? What was different between then and now?
Just, I think we got a lot closer throughout the years after that 2020 season. We became more of a team. I think that going through that adversity allowed us to grow in different areas.
And knowing that you guys were, to win in 2020 to be able to bring them a national championship, what does this moment just feel like for you?
You said what?
What does this moment feel like for you?
No, no. What was the whole? I didn't hear the whole question.
Going from 2020 and everything that you went through then to being at this moment on the doorstep of a national championship, what does this moment feel like?
It feels good. It's what you work for. I'm pretty sure every college football team in the offseason tells themselves that, I believe we're good enough to win a national championship. The difference is the work that you put in every single day. It's the consistency you have throughout the offseason, throughout the season. It's, the sacrifices you make. And that's the thing that this team, that's what we've done. We've sacrificed. We've put the hours in. We've put the time in film study, work in the weight room. And we've just dedicated this season to winning a national championship. We've trusted in each other. We believed in each other. We believed in our coaches. And I believe that when you have a team that, has those two things where, you love each other as a team, you love your coaches, then, you can end up in a position like this.
One of your former teammates got
No, I didn't think we'd ever play each other in the national championship.
That's for coming in at a similar time, right? Were you guys ever super close when you guys were on the team together? I'm curious about you guys' relationship between you two.
Yeah, that's my guy. I was speaking to him yesterday. That's one of my close friends. We're real cool, brother of mine. I wish him the best always. When he left, I wished him the best. When he was here, I was happy for the things that he was doing while he was here.
From the outside, to look at their receivers and your secondary seems like a giant battle. Does it feel that way to you as well?
I think any team that has a good receiving core is a good opportunity for any team that has good DBs. We played Alabama; they had good receivers. Anybody, like I said, if you have a good receiving core, or just a team that has a good quarterback, that's a good challenge for any team that has good DB. So, I can't wait to go against those guys.
So, Mike, moving from the offensive side of ball, playing wide receiver, and now in the secondary, how has that helped your preparation, especially for a game like this, understanding different things and little nuances of the game that others may not understand from the wide receiver position?
I would just say it helps, with being able to anticipate, knowing down the distances, knowing tendencies, coming from the receiver side, understanding what receivers may like when, a corner is pressed or a corner's off. I think me being able to, bring that to the defensive side of the ball allows me to see things and not guess, but like I said, anticipate. And then, of course, knowing my game plan, knowing, where I'm supposed to be, what spots I'm supposed to be in, my zone drops, understanding my leverage and man, definitely, helps me eliminate certain things.
Like when you come to college, obviously the goal is to play in a national championship, win a national championship. Now that it's here, what is this moment like for you to just be able to experience all these things here in Houston?
It's a wonderful experience. I'm definitely gonna soak everything in, live in the moment. But the main goal is to win a national championship. So definitely not gonna allow myself, number one, and then as a leader of this team, not gonna allow anybody else to get distracted by anything that's going on around us. Because it's been a one-track mind all season, and that was to it started with beating Michigan State, beating Penn State, beating Ohio State, winning the Big Ten, winning the playoff game. Now our last goal is to win a national championship, and that's what we're here to do.
Hey Mike, I hope you haven't been asked this, but maybe you have. So much experience on both teams, you being a fifth year. How do you think that dynamic translates to maybe both teams getting to this point?
I would just say, when you have an experienced team, you have more leadership, and we have leaders that are 6 years, leaders that are fifth years, leaders that are fourth years, and I think when you have a team that's full of leaders, it allows younger guys to, bring in and understand that, all right, these guys, this is how they go about their business. So I need to understand that I can't distract them from what they're doing. I have to live up to what they do. And so that expectation is set from day one. And the second they see that, it's like, okay, they start becoming leaders in their own ways as well. And so now you have a team full of leaders, a team full of mature men. And I think that's what this team is.
Like you went this whole season to the national championship or one-track mind, right? To now be here. Are you able to enjoy that, or are you continuing to do exactly the preparation you have done, or is it like this is the last week? Is there any more you can do? When the whole season has been about this moment and now you're in the moment, how do you sort of characterize that?
I would just say it comes down to making sure you don't leave anything up to, don't have any regrets when this is over. You definitely want to pour everything you have, empty your tank. That's, one of the things I've been saying to the guys is, there's nothing else after this. What wouldn't you do? And that was a message that, Will Johnson said, Coach Minter said, what wouldn't you do up to this point? Like, we're here now. Like, find any and everything you can do to help us accomplish our goal, and just, leave it all out there come Monday. That I've done? I think I've pretty much been doing the same things I've been doing, but just, doing a little bit more, that's on-field time, in the film room time, more recovery, just making sure that come Monday I'll be able to be the best version of myself.
Mike, with your career at Michigan, you've obviously played against a lot of fantastic wide receivers in the Big Ten, but what jumps out at you about the trio and the tight end even that you're going to be facing at Washington, and how much are you looking at game film from things like Arizona and things like in earlier games of the season when they were kind of contained a little bit more in the passing attack?
I would say their ability to track the ball down the field. They make a lot of contested catches. They run routes very well. Um, they're fast guys. Like you said, we've seen great talent from receiving cores before. I think we're able to be prepared for this game through playing Maryland. A team that attacked us in the air. Tagovailoa was a really good quarterback, left-handed quarterback. We haven't seen any other left-handed quarterbacks. Now we have Penix. They had good receivers. Ohio State had good receivers. And tight end wise, they have a really good tight end. I felt 84 from Alabama was a good tight end. I felt a few other teams we played had good tight ends, but for us, it's just gonna come down to staying technically sound, staying fundamentally sound, being where we need to when the ball is in the air, being in the right zones, and not giving up any easy plays. Making sure that we contest every catch or every pass. Not giving up easy throws. Don't allow Penix to take easy access and just make the easy one. So it's gonna be a good game.
And to follow up briefly, with a lot of those contested throws, when Penix lets go of the ball, the receiver is like in double coverage, they're not even open. Like you see a lot of those on film probably. Why is it so hard as a DB to stop that from happening? Because like you can cover your guy, the ball's so far going ahead and stuff that I think it's dangerous.
I would just say, just don't panic. Don't give up on the play. You might think that the ball's not coming because of you're not you're away from the passing strength, but 9 times out of 10 you don't know. So just stay on your man, don't panic, and when the ball is coming to them, they draw a lot of PIs, and that's because when the ball is in the air, a lot of DBs panic, and that could be through double moves, that could be because they don't know where the ball is exactly. But as long as you're in phase, or even if you are out of phase, just don't panic, get back in phase, play the hands.
Michael, how much better have you gotten as a football player, and how much has player development been part of Michigan's success?
I think every day I'm doing whatever I can to get better. And you said, what was the second part of that question? Just everybody growing. You guys probably have seen, like, we don't have a bunch of 5 stars. I think we have we definitely have more 4 stars and 5 stars. But our 3 stars and 2, we have a lot more 3 stars and 2 stars than we do 5 stars and whatever. I feel like when you're able to development isn't just, what you do on the field. Is how well you know the game, your knowledge of football. And I think when you have a bunch of guys who know football very well, it creates, a very good football team. And not because they're just super talented. It's because they know what they're doing out there. They could be on-field coaches, and I feel like that's what we have a lot of here.
Mike, Mason mentioned the other day that this team, as you look at them, it is similar to Ohio State 21 with the receivers, the quarterback, the offense. I mean, when you're seeing those guys on film, is it the same type of what you guys are going to have to do defensively to slow them down a little bit?
I think we just do the same things that we've been doing, having a D-line that creates a really good pass rush, linebackers who can also join that pass rush and also dropping coverage, and then DBs just, playing sticky coverage, not giving up any easy throws.
How does a left-handed quarterback change the game for a defensive back? I mean, or does it? I mean, in terms of how he drops back or how you see the football coming off his hand?
I'm not really too sure. My job isn't to watch the quarterback stare him down, so I shouldn't really have too much vision on, what his drop looks like, other than if I'm reading a quick game or a drop back pass, of course, or RPO. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it does change that much.
Expecting a child, how has that kind of shaped your outlook on life and football and everything, and what are you most looking forward to about being a father?
I just know that it gives me an extra reason to want to be great, gives me extra motivation, knowing I have a little person on the way. Definitely super excited to be a father. I can't wait. I've seen so many great fathers around me, so many great examples of fathers, and I just know how special it is to have a child of your own. So I'm definitely excited to do everything I can to, give my little girl the best life possible.
Hi, Mike. I remember last year when we talked in Arizona, there was definitely a business trip mentality to this team. Is it the same mentality this year? And just what's the difference between the last 2 years for you guys to have gotten to this game and now to be here and have your goal this close?
Yeah, definitely still very business trip minded. Not allowing ourselves to get distracted by anything. The difference, I'm not sure what the difference is, but I would say this team, Team 144, we're just very focused, very locked in. We've been locked in since January, after losing to TCU. And, we just a team that's hungry and just, we've been doing anything and everything to make sure that we get this thing done.
What makes it so unique and how rare is it that you guys have all stuck together through NIL and the transfer portal and all that's going on in college football?
The unique thing about it, and I'm not sure if it's technically like considered unique. I just think the recipe to everything it is that we do is that we love each other. This is an unselfish team. Everyone's happy for each other's success. The guys like, you see guys like Blake, who can easily be very big-headed and, hey, I'm on top of the world. But no, treats each other. He treats everyone on this team, with respect, with love. And no one puts themselves before anybody. It's always the next man before. Like we're very selfless on this team, and that's because we have a very selfless head coach. That's how Coach Harbaugh is with us. He treats us as his own sons, and I think it's easy to have love for each other when your coach loves you.
Like the general media consensus is that this Washington team resembles 2021 Ohio State, right? Michigan's defense built to stop that. Has that been discussed, and has that film been looked at in this week leading up to this game?
Yeah, we've talked about the fact that they're very similar to that 21 Ohio State team, in a sense they have a very good quarterback, a very good receiving core, running back or the run game is not as I wouldn't say is as similar as to what that Ohio State run game was, but they definitely have a good running back as well. But like I said, it's just gonna come down to us, doing the things that we do, and just executing at a very high level.
Mike, given what happened with the Big Ten this year, the conference coming in, stepping in, suspending the coach, all that, how does it feel now to have the conference be able to pump their chest out and say, oh look, Michigan, the Big Ten beat the SEC, and kind of claim your success?
All season long, we've never worried about the outside noise. I know there was some things out there saying, oh, Michigan might leave the Big Ten because of what happened or whatever, but we don't care about that stuff. At the end of the day, it's everybody inside of Schembechler Hall that we care about. That's the voices that matter to us, and I think having that mindset is what's allowed us to be here today.
Hey, Mike, I know that offense is all about perceptions and trying to fool you, but Washington does with all their motions, switching guys to the side, and just all their formations. Have you faced a team that does as many pre-snaps as Washington? And is that difficult to process when, I counted one time this year there were as many as 9 pre-snap motions. How hard is that to process?
Yeah, we've definitely played a few teams who do, pre-snap shifts, pre-snap motions. I don't think we've played teams who will shift, motion back, and then motion again. But I think it's a challenge to, being able to stay disciplined, having your eyes in the right place, not being able to see the final formation in it and then anticipate what you'll get out of that formation. I guess, what you can say about that is it's not about how it starts, it's about how it finishes in terms of how the formation begins and ends. I don't think it's, you just have to know what your call is, number one, communicate, and then, you go from there. As long as your communication is on point, then, the processing becomes easier. But if you look at the formation and then you put yourself in a state of mind where you're guessing, not anticipating, it's a lot different.
When you look at Michael Penix, what's the biggest challenge trying to cover him?
Michael Penix?
Michael Penix, yeah.
You said trying to cover him?
Cover his receivers. What's the biggest challenge when you see him? What do you have to do?
Just contest his throws, Don't allow those receivers to have any easy catches. You know, they're really good with, having late hands with the ball. You know, they won't put their hands in the air. They'll run. They'll catch it at the very last second. They'll, speed release you when you're pressed. They run really good routes. But just, not allowing him to make any easy throws. I know our D-line is going to get up there, put pressure on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand
But,
by
he's
as
still really
Michigan
good when
players
pressure's in his
rotate
face.
podiums.
He's able to, take his eyes from one side of the field to the other side of the field and, make a throw in a blink of an eye. So I just think, not giving him no free access, not allowing him to make any easy throws.
Mike, you want the cup? Take the cup if you want to. I got some water down here if you need it also. Need some water? I'm good. All right, I'll get you over where you need to go.